Real evil is not loud or theatrical. It is calculated, composed, and manipulative. Drawing from the writings of Niccolo Machiavelli, the research of Robert Hare, and modern psychology, the text identifies 7 recurring traits of deeply destructive people. Unlike ordinary cruelty, these traits form a consistent operating system designed to control, manipulate, and psychologically trap others. The first sign is the sacrificial proxy. Truly manipulative people rarely carry out cruelty directly. Instead, they recruit others, subordinates, friends, relatives, or partners, to act on their behalf. Once backlash appears, they distance themselves and sacrifice the proxy to preserve their own image. Machiavelli described this through Cesare Borgia's execution of his lieutenant Ramiro de Orco, after using him to impose brutal order. In modern life, this appears in people who spread rumors through others, make others deliver bad news, or manipulate conflicts while keeping their own hands clean. The second sign is rehearsed coherence. Psychopaths often sound unnaturally polished because their stories are scripted rather than emotionally recalled. Hare's research showed that psychopathic speech lacks the hesitations and inconsistencies common in normal memory. Healthy people reconstruct memories imperfectly, but manipulative individuals repeat stories with identical phrasing because they are performing a carefully designed character. Their language is crafted for effect, not truth. The third sign is the calibrated confession. Manipulators often admit to small flaws or past mistakes to appear self-aware and trustworthy. This tactic lowers suspicion and creates emotional trust. Psychologist Robert Cialdini explained that vulnerability naturally encourages reciprocal trust. The manipulative person exploits this by confessing only harmless faults while hiding far more serious behavior. These selective admissions act as psychological inoculation. Future misconduct gets mentally categorized as part of the small flaws they already admitted. The fourth sign is asymmetric memory. Such individuals remember every mistake others make while conveniently forgetting their own harmful behavior. This imbalance creates a permanent power dynamic in which the victim becomes the constant defendant. Psychologist Albert Bandura described mechanisms of moral disengagement that allow people to distort or erase awareness of harm they cause. Combined with gaslighting, this leads victims to question their own memory and judgment while the manipulator rewrites reality in real time. The fifth sign is the loyalty test. Early in relationships, manipulative people subtly pressure others into betraying someone else, keeping secrets, or taking sides in conflicts they barely understand. These small compromises serve two purposes. They implicate the target morally and confirm that they can be controlled. Once someone has crossed ethical lines on behalf of the manipulator, they become psychologically more likely to continue doing so in order to remain consistent with past behavior. The sixth sign is intermittent cruelty. Abusive people alternate warmth and cruelty unpredictably, creating an addictive emotional cycle. Behavioral psychologist B.F. Skinner demonstrated that unpredictable rewards create stronger attachment than consistent rewards. In relationships, this creates traumatic bonding. Moments of affection become emotionally intoxicating precisely because they are inconsistent. Victims stay attached, not despite the unpredictability, but because of it. The seventh and most dangerous sign is moral inversion. Manipulative individuals gradually convince victims that they themselves are the problem. Boundaries become selfishness, leaving becomes cruelty, and confronting abuse becomes harassment. Philosopher Hannah Arendt observed that deeply harmful people often genuinely view themselves as righteous. Because they sincerely believe their own reframed narrative, their accusations feel emotionally convincing. This traps victims in endless self-doubt. The text concludes that the greatest danger is not merely the manipulative person, but the victim's gradual loss of trust in their own perception. Truly destructive individuals rarely expose themselves openly. They operate through subtle, deniable, and intermittent behavior. Recognizing the pattern is the first step toward escaping it. The ultimate defense is reclaiming confidence in one's own memory, judgment, and reality without needing validation from the manipulator.